Nobody expected the Los Angeles Chargers to rise again this fast. After years of heartbreak, they suddenly look like a team that can shake up the AFC. It started quietly, but the pieces fell into place fast. A red-hot 3-0 start wasn't just luck, it was a statement. They beat Kansas City in Brazil, crushed the Raiders on the road, and outlasted the Broncos in a tight battle. Those 3 wins inside the division told the league one thing: the Chargers are back to hunting, not hiding. The power behind this surge is simple: health and leadership. When Joe Alt and Justin Herbert are both on the field, the Chargers offense feels unstoppable. Protection improves, timing clicks, and Herbert has space to make every throw look effortless. What most fans don't realize is that the moment Alt starts and finishes a game, Los Angeles doesn't lose. The energy feels different now. Coach Jim Harbaugh has given this team structure, but it's Herbert's poise that gives them belief. The locker room knows it, the fan base can feel it, and the rest of the AFC is starting to worry about it. Now the race for the division gets real. They sit just behind Denver, waiting for one slip-up to reclaim the top spot. With a mini-bye giving them time to heal and reset, the Chargers are staring at a stretch that could redefine their season. But before we talk about what's ahead, we need to understand how this team got here, how they've fought through chaos, and why they still control their fate in the AFC. But before we talk more about that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Chargers and all the NFL content. Can we get 200 likes on this video? The Los Angeles Chargers sit at 5-3 with control points that matter in November. 3 early division wins built cushions in tiebreakers, which means a single stumble from a rival can flip the board fast. The schedule now tilts into a stretch where health and game scripts can be shaped rather than chased, and that is where this roster has quietly improved the most. There is a clear split when the left side is whole. With Joe Alt starting and finishing, the Chargers are unbeaten this season. Justin Herbert owns a cleaner box score, and the left edge pressure drops. Put it this way, when Alt is on the field, the left side pressure rate falls by about 22% on non-blitz plays, which turns second and long into second and makeable. That ripple is visible in play calling, red zone patience, and how often the offense stays out of panic snaps. Discipline has also sharpened the picture. Fewer drive-killing penalties, smarter clock use, and a steadier run rate on favorable downs have made this group feel sturdy instead of streaky. The standings tell you where they are. The tape tells you why they are rising. But the real engine is the quarterback, and the story turns when we ask one question: how far can Justin Herbert push this ceiling when the heat climbs in big moments? The Los Angeles Chargers have a quarterback who changes the temperature of every game the moment he steps in. Justin Herbert opened the year by carving 3 very different defenses. 3 touchdowns and 0 picks against Kansas City. 2 touchdowns and 0 picks with 242 yards at Las Vegas. Then 300 yards with a touchdown and 1 pick against Denver while absorbing 5 sacks and 18 hits and still driving the team to the winning kick. That is not luck. That is command under fire. And it tells you why this team believes the fourth quarter belongs to them when the ball is in his hands. The next layer is how he wins. Herbert is playing on time, throwing with calm feet, and using his legs only when the picture demands it. He is sliding more often, choosing clean yards over collisions, and trusting quick answers to beat pressure. He has sharpened his eyes in the middle of the field, which opens throws to the slot and tight end on money downs. When the defense rotates late, he resets the launch point, steals an angle, and turns a stressful snap into a routine gain. That is maturity, and it travels in tough venues. Now comes the test. Everyone circles. Regular season control is one thing. January is another. The fair question is not if Herbert is special, it is how far that edge goes when every yard is contested and every mistake is magnified. The path is clear: protect the pocket, keep the plan varied, and let his tempo dictate terms. Which takes us to the moving target that decides their ceiling, the line in flux, and the adjustments that keep the franchise quarterback clean. The Los Angeles Chargers live by the 5 men in front of Justin Herbert. When Joe Alt is set at left tackle, the pocket looks calm and the run game has a clear lane to the edge. He is in year 2, and his timing with the snap, his hands, and his footwork give Herbert that extra beat that turns tight windows into first downs. The message is simple. When the blind side is secure, the entire playbook opens without fear. In camp, the plan changed fast. Rashawn Slater went down, and the shuffle began. Trey Pipkins moved, then moved again, doing what the staff needed to cover spots. Mekhi Becton has battled through missed time, which forced depth players into long snaps. That is when protections must be coached snap by snap. More chips from tight ends, quick outs to slow the rush, and a few pocket moves to keep defenders guessing. The unit does not need to be perfect. It needs to be organized, and it needs to communicate. The fix is part health and part intent. Lean runs behind alt when the front is light, mix play action when linebackers step, and keep Herbert in rhythm with decisive throws. Pipkins can reach the second level and create space on the right when the call fits. If they stick to that identity, the offense stays on schedule and the red zone turns patient instead of desperate. With the pocket under control, the story shifts to the players who punish matchups on the outside, and that is where the perimeter starts to tilt games. Every great quarterback needs receivers who understand timing, and the Los Angeles Chargers have quietly built a complete unit around Justin Herbert. Keenan Allen remains the technician who never wastes a step, still separating with craft and control. His value goes beyond numbers. He resets the tone when drives get tight. Ladd McConkey, in his second season, has become the spark inside the slot. His ability to turn short catches into first downs has kept this offense breathing when the field shrinks. Together, they form a bridge between experience and energy. Then there is the youth that is finally starting to show its ceiling. Quentin Johnston has matured into a reliable target who attacks space with confidence instead of hesitation. He is not chasing stats, he is chasing wins. And that attitude is rare for a young wideout. Oronde Gadsden, the rookie tight end, is the latest bright spot. Since the Miami game, he has turned routine snaps into highlight moments with strength and control after the catch. Each week, his chemistry with Herbert grows, giving the offense a true mismatch across the middle that defenses cannot bracket without paying somewhere else. Depth has also taken a leap. Rookie Trey Harris brings the size and edge that Harbaugh's system loves. His blocking sets the tone, and his hands give the passing game another layer when defenses stack the box. This group now mixes veterans who know how to win routes with young players who play without fear. And when that balance exists, it sets up the backfield to thrive off lighter fronts, which leads right into how the Chargers have rebuilt their run game. The Los Angeles Chargers found a run game that hits first and asks questions later. Kimani Vidal brings patient vision and a strong finish on contact, the kind of style that keeps the offense ahead of the sticks. Omarion Hampton is the burst that turns a crease into a chunk gain, so the plan is simple. Protect his ankle, split touches, and force defenses to guess where the next carry is going. When both are active, safeties creep closer, and that is when play action starts to hurt opponents. Greg Roman has leaned into what works without getting cute. Duo and power when boxes are light, quick toss and perimeter runs behind Joe Alt when edges are soft, and screens when linebackers overcommit. The best part is how the room shares the load. Vidal can handle early downs, Hampton can change pace, and both can help in the pass game. You saw it when the Chargers cleared the century mark early and then kept climbing. The value is not just the yards. It is the way long drives drain the clock and keep Herbert clean for the throws that matter. This is how you build a finish for cold games and tight scores. Keep the ball moving, punish arm tackles, and let the offensive line lean forward instead of retreating. If this rotation stays healthy, the fourth quarter belongs to Los Angeles more often than not. And once the ground game forces extra bodies into the box, the defense gets a gift on the other side. Shorter fields, cleaner margins. Which brings us to the unit that can swing the whole season with one change in approach: the defense and the tweaks that unlock their best version. The Los Angeles Chargers win fast when the front four sets the tone. Khalil Mack still controls edges with power and discipline, while Tuli Tuipulotu fires off and finishes with speed. Add Odafe Owe to that mix, and you get rush in waves that squeezes pockets without sending extra bodies. When pressure comes with four, the back end can hold its shape and force long drives instead of giving up freebies. Jesse Minter prefers light boxes to protect the deep shots, but mobile quarterbacks have punished that space. The fix is not complicated. Add a linebacker in obvious keepers, close the edges, and dare offenses to throw into tight windows. Denzel Perryman is the stabilizer inside. Dion Henley brings range. Derwin James is the hinge that makes it all work. One series he is tracking a tight end. The next he is sitting in single high or knifing off the slot to blow up a screen. Dante Jackson has stacked solid weeks outside. Elijah Molden and Cam Hart give steady snaps when the call asks for patience and clean tackling. They still miss a big body like Poona Ford on early downs, which makes alignment and fits even more important. The path forward is clear. Tilt the math against rushing quarterbacks, keep disguise on third down, and let the rush earn takeaways. When this group clamps early, the offense gets the ball with clean fields and the game tilts their way. Now the question shifts from how to who. Which opponents on the horizon test these adjustments the most? And where can the Chargers steal the wins that decide seeding? The Los Angeles Chargers now face a stretch that will decide everything. Up first are the Tennessee Titans, a team still searching for rhythm, and then a physical test at home against the Steelers. After that comes Jacksonville, a matchup that still echoes from their playoff collapse but feels winnable with this new identity. The Raiders follow, and that game has already shown which roster is ahead in development. These 4 weeks can turn a good season into a contender's march if Los Angeles protects its health and keeps its offensive balance steady. The toughest games circle the back half of the schedule. The Eagles and Chiefs can both expose coverage lapses and protection issues, while the Cowboys and Texans will test endurance. Yet the difference this time is structure. With Harbaugh setting tone, Herbert leading quietly, and the defense starting to sink under Jesse Minter, the Chargers no longer feel like the team that collapses late. Every matchup becomes about tempo and execution. When Joe Alt anchors the pocket and Derwin James controls the box, Los Angeles can go toe-to-toe with anyone. The AFC picture is wide open. Kansas City has holes. Denver still flirts with inconsistency, and the Patriots and Steelers are in transition. If the Chargers finish strong, they can take back the division and secure home playoff ground. But what do you think? Are the Chargers finally ready to close the deal with Justin Herbert at full strength, or will injuries again cut them short? Drop your thoughts below, hit subscribe if you believe in their rise, and let's see if Los Angeles can turn belief into reality this season.